Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. Little gets the blood boil. White like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off of bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So LSU's offense will take the first swing of the game. When these two teams square off against each other, they know the legacies they carry, and that'll be evident in this one, guys.
Alabama-LSU is one of my favorite games each and every year because this is one of the fastest games you'll see this season. There is so much NFL first-round talent on the field every time these two teams.
Year after year, we could go back and name so many names, but you're right, the draft is going to call him the state.
He's going to let it go. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit louder. So you're like, listen. Feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Durham. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other, man. You can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, following. These two teams are ballers.
And this isn't a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line, and the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They make the stop, but they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date in both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally tough.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got a better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball on the first possession of the game, and they look like scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. And the spotlight in this game will undoubtedly be on these star wide receivers, David.
I mean, they're featured, Reese. Like, these guys are going to touch the football a lot. These offenses are built to get them the football to make plays. We're in for a few catches today, Colin.
We sure are. When you can get open like these guys can, when you have the speed to take the top off of the defense, you know you're going to see a lot of explosive plays today.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. And a lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU, Jesse, had a year to think on that.
They sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are two programs that are consistently competing for the same five-star athletes across the board. That's a big reason why this game means so much.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe using the quick game. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Trying play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
This offense trying to quiet the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Dropping back, it's Milroe. To the end zone, and is picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
He's going for a big play downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next count. Unloads it left. Got his man. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making. Obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. Pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Back to throw, it's Gus Meyer. Fires to the middle. He's open on the right. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play off. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Kurt Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense in Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him.
Now they'll want... Is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Navy. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll try the run. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. And they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dimes, you know they're going to throw the football. Got more speed on the back end of cover. And defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
Looks as if the Tide will run it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. Hales the punt can bail them out. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Offensive linemen love those sneaking draws, those sneaking screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. On 1st down, here comes this offense. The give on the inside. Discards a man. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big bag. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
you know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does to their confidence.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
Line getting set on second down. Back to pass, it's Milrow. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. You think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith. This guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to put the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this?
Makes the grab at the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job.
Touchdown, Alabama! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time. He unleashes a long one. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Gus Meyer. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And he holds it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to tack one more score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
He's going for the big play. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown tie. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode and try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half.
Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bama! This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
He'll inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Comes out throwing on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback. But 2, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The give to the single back. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8, it leaves them with a 4th and 2. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. To the air on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to it better, but then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. It's a draw. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Kept it on the ground on first down. Let's see what they do on second. To the air. It's Milrow. Gets it out quickly. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made it tap.
On third down, he drops to throw. Steps away to find some room. Hey, midfield, he's got room. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
He's going to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bernard. And more yards after contact. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Alabama pushing the tempo. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. They'll throw it on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the ground with the back. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got it! And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down mark.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that lap.
He lost one down the sideline. Snags it on the line. Can anyone catch it? Touchdown, Tigers! They take the lead with the 6.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with 2 top 25 teams locking horns. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 17 to Oklahoma. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ball. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on 3rd down? Awesome job by the quarterback in cruise position.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pop the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you try to sneak this in the right 3rd down, kind of manageable situation, not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw and their defense said, no, sir, I'm ready for that. Stuffs them on the 3rd down.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. His quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
LSU will get a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling at us, but they are an intimidating thing.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the running back. The Tigers will keep this drive going.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Going deep. And he's got it outside the 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, LSU. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, when I'm a receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field.
I really like doing that with those one style, man.
This guy, you can tell, that's so much practice. They know it's second nature, and they execute it perfectly.
Push from Little Rock, of course. Push from Grove and start sharing
He'll bring it out.
more of
It's
those chapter
Hamilton.
stuff we have in events.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Talent offense rolls onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive yesterday.
I think they got to be more physical. Up front, they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical, like threaten the run, and then run into play action? It opens up
countries have another sit down.
He's got it. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
The club that wants to come in over there.
Wait. They make the stop right there. Their pickup is still short of the first down. Here on second and short.
Sit those clubs and tell them you got to come in college for you to come in type shit. And so it's the same guy that is also doing attacking.
Grab in the backfield. It's Miller. He almost picked up the first down on that one. He'll be just a little bit short. Ball is at the 42-yard line. Close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short.
By himself. I think if he goes,
Unloads quickly.
just so
He's
that
close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little
to
short.
the Pac-Man one thing in
Give the
Dallas.
defense credit on that one.
He over there to the
Coming into this one, they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
That's pretty much our business side.
Complete out of the
Trouble is, I
backfield.
can tell you,
And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Jay has had another.
This is the moment for this
Part
offense to
operation.
put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game. When you're trailing right now, you've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Yeah, he's still paying dues, and getting dues kind of hurting him.
And here's the third interception of the night. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First down here for the
I was going
offense.
to ask him, I said, you check in with Sylvie? He said, yeah. I said, what did you say? He said, man, I forgot.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between the snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
North Houston, so he called the X-Men and basically put himself in the trap. They can
On second down, the third down's coming up.
Yeah, we got to break it out already. He back out there.
I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make.
Proper.
Tell you what,
Really, the whole thing was improper.
You just trust your guy.
So he put back on the table yesterday.
But it's hard to do when overshoot your wide receiver.
Anybody calls me,
LSU will bring the punt team
I'll
on the
talk to their
field.
chapter president.
He's going to try to flip the
It's
field
going to
with
be
this
$100 fine.
fair catch called for, but there is a flag
So
on the
trouble
play.
him, I said,
We'll
yeah,
have to
it's
sort
kind of
it
my
out.
fault because I did hear Charlie Yacht. He is a Christian bro. And so I said, yeah, I heard him out. I never gave him no answer. I said, I told him I understood where he's coming from about his daughter. I understand that, but I redirected him to pass in trouble. And that's what he didn't do.
How nice
He
is
didn't
it
go back downfield.
when you can
that
drop
he's
7
supposed to
guys in
have done.
coverage, only rush 4, and still
So
get home? That
I
makes
put
you
it on the
feel
floor
good.
yesterday to reiterate that you know, if these rows got a problem in their chapters, and they call over here first, if I'm talking to the president, $100 fine. And then I encourage the president to put an additional fine in the chapter on their ass too. So double on their ass for making a phone call. Because I want to get opportunity to man, some of y'all been preaching for 4-5 years now. Probably longer than that. Say Charlie didn't do anything wrong per se himself because he did go to crash first, so he wasn't there. But I didn't know that the crash scenario discussed that. You see what I'm saying? When I pulled up, they were sitting together. You know what I'm saying? When I pulled up. So I don't know what they talking about. You know, I wasn't in the conversation. So when I pulled up, he told me, I get a second, he was hollering. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that went. I didn't know that they had discussed and had been told no by crash already. The Main Street justice. They both trying to get Northeast.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage, they're taking away all the
I told Street knows his face that day. Now I did hit Charlie Horse out just because of his situation.
And that's going to fall to the ground. That was a physical.
But I didn't ever tell him where he could go. I said, well, nah, man, I understand, but it's not legitimate. So shit, what I figured to do is talk to your president and see what he think and have him call X-Men and y'all want to work that out. That's fine. I left it at that, but I already knew it was gonna be a no. So somewhere in between that, nigga, he put it on himself. But nigga, he was transferred.
So they get that score that they so
desperately
needed, and now they got a chance to pull this one out.
So he put him in the group chat and everything until yesterday.
To get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the
outside of that,
this offense
she looked like
really win this football game. We're going to need some help from the defense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They want that clock to run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Might as well keep pounding that clock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Gus Meyer. Fires one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Here's the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field. We might have to do this one again. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty.
It ain't country, so.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking for a deep man. Reels it in on the left side.
So what can he do with this thing?
A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On the move, it's Durham. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
He got nowhere, but now it's decision time. It's 3rd down. Listen, if I don't get this 1st down, there's a good chance this ball game's over. The clock's going to run out. So how aggressive do I want to be on this 3rd down?
Well, I want to be aggressive on defense. You can tell in these last couple of plays, they've been selling out, putting a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage.
Speaking of that, just how to figure out to my own personality. Which way you like? Which way you like it better? You like it better when just the Christian line go down there, or everybody?
dictate to them to figure something out.
I prefer the opposite, man. For me, it felt more like, you know what I'm saying? It was just as much as online. For me, this is my personal opinion. Not saying either one's wrong. It just felt, to me, it felt different. It was just a lot of
looking to throw, it's Milrow. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field.
To me, you know, if you made it to the campfire, it was
second
sense
down, he'll try to make the connection.
You know, certain feelings you made it to that point. Now it's just like,
incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't
just, you know what I'm saying? The ones, hey,
no time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage.
I don't know. It ain't no way wrong. You just got to be perfect.
Great timing there in that throw by the QB on the out route. Gets it to this guy just in time. He makes the catch.
I haven't been over there to take it. I hadn't been to the camp out since I did my own.
Fourth down, going to the air.
I know some of the bros go over there and help work. I ain't never done that shit since I did my camp out. I ain't never into that.
On fourth down, and man,
I was getting mad about you on that goddamn tip. I ain't no outdoor.
This is just the time for field position is on the one.
I ain't take none of that shit on me.
The give to the left side.
I left all that shit. They put my motherfucking tip nigga on the incline. So every time I turn over, they go with the road. Man, fuck this motherfucking tip.
Yeah. Each side takes every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course.
They did more laughing and joking yesterday than they did, you know, as far as we went through everybody's studio, but nobody really had that on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans outside the outfit,
it's something that you every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you know you want to.
They really did. We saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry that just means so much.
So you've been talking to the class dude quite often.
That's going to do it for us
saying
here.
everything is square. Give me the wheel. What they telling Pac-Man. They're telling Pac-Man everything is still square with the wheels down there. Yeah. I talked to my boy after in Georgia, Lil J. We was at my old club together, and he say shit. Word on the street is how that shit started was if niggas did the same thing.